One. One.
Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome to today's service. We're going to do this service in lieu of our cemetery Memorial Day service. Each temple is a little bit different, and some have scheduled cemetery visitations during the Memorial Day weekend. Some go on Saturday, some go on Sunday, some go on Monday. And so each temple is a little bit different, and some do cemetery visitations during Obon and not during the Memorial Day. So it might be a temple outing, or it might be just a family outing. So wherever you are, or however you are addressing this with your family, then we can utilize this service, and perhaps you might be watching this at different times rather than at the usual Sunday service time. It might be a different day, it might be a different time, but hopefully you're sitting with other family members and able to view this. So welcome to today's service. We're here at the Southern Alameda County Buddhist Church and videoing this, and you'll notice that our family member here, Wigwag, is here with us for this service today. So Wigwag, again, you can see he has his mask on, he has his onenju, carrying it to service. So with Wigwag here, again, reminding all of us to be cautious when we go out and mingle, whether we're going to the cemetery or to the store or other outings and gatherings, to wear our masks, wear our gloves. Of course, we always have our own enju, right? So we are prepared, fully prepared, and protecting not only ourselves, but those that we visit, those that are around us. Okay, so for the service order today, we'll have the reading of the three treasures, followed by the reading of the Daisanmon. After these, I will take my seat up on the Onaijin, and then chanting of the Sambujo, and today we'll do the Junirai. So we'll change the chanting, and so you want to be prepared for all the different chants that we might do, and it's good practice. And each of our chants in our tradition have different rhythm, different nuance that we can appreciate if we do them repeatedly. So we will vary these as we do these videos. Okay, so with this we will begin our service reading of the three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Rai Sanmon. Ninjin ukegatashi imasudeni uku, buppo kikigatashi imasudeni kiku, konomi konjo ni mukatte dosen ba, sarani izure no sho ni mukatte kakonomi o dosen, daishu moro tomo ni shishin ni sambo ni kieshi tatematsuru beshi. Mizu kara butsu ni kieshi tatematsuru, masani negawaku ba shujo to tomo ni, daido taige shite mujoi o okosan, mizu kara ho ni kieshi tatematsuru, masani negawaku ba shujo to tomo ni, 深く教蔵に入りて知恵海のごとくならん。自らそうに消えし立てまつる。まさに願わくば主情とともに大衆を通りして一切無下ならん。無常人人未明の方は百千万号にも愛をことかたし、我今検問し従事することを得たり、願わくば如来の真実義を消し立てまつらん。ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナマンダ、ナマンダ、ナマンダ、ナマンダ。Namanda, namanda, 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 namanda.
領属尊在秘密名安楽無料武士主意念金色心情女性のシャマタ行女像部両目上略小蓮華古賀将来弥陀尊面前年上女満活以降有女千日月少女天空しら古賀将来弥陀尊観音頂戴観中中主従名相法将軍老福下道負けまん古賀将来弥陀尊無備無垢交渉上習得下血女国小さ利悪徳自在古賀将来弥陀尊実法妙門菩薩衆無量小魔女三段一生修上願力中古賀将来弥陀尊根体保険地所下前言症状名大座お膝上女性の古賀将来弥陀尊実法将来勝負し権限人図死安楽戦後尊厳俗業古賀将来弥陀尊小無常無我と薬女水月伝如老一種説法無名字古賀将来弥陀尊一尊仏説無悪名薬無如になく道夫中人死心教非尊古賀将来弥陀尊一尊無量勉強無所主悪知識往生不退死菩提古賀将来弥陀尊仮説非尊功徳寺修善無変如海水小白前言少女者平成宗 meditation, sound of the gong. Namo Amidouts, Namo Amidouts, Namo Amidouts, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Good morning again, everyone. Thank you for being with us at this Memorial Day weekend service. It's very nice to be here at the temple preparing this service for everyone and to think about the families that will be perhaps visiting some of the cemeteries or thinking about family and loved ones as you gather in your homes. So I would like to start with this reading of Awasan, so please join me in Gasho. The liberating wheel of light is without bound. Each person it touches, it is taught, is freed from attachments to being and non-being. So take refuge in Amida, the enlightenment of non-discrimination. Namo Amidouts, Namo Amidouts, Namo Amidouts, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. So this Wasan is referring to the liberating wheel of light, and this light is the wisdom of being Amida's wisdom, not our own wisdom, not our accumulation of knowledge and knowing about things, but Amida's wisdom coming to us. And so we are encouraged to take refuge in Amida, the enlightenment of non-discrimination. So on this weekend, as we go to these different cemeteries, each temple has different patterns, but a lot of them got stopped for this year because of the virus going on, and everyone's concerned about distance and staying a safe distance from each other and things. Reverend Harry Bridge of the Oakland Temple and I, oftentimes we do services together during this weekend, and so our joint services, maybe a month ago, trying to decide what can be done, what should be done, and so a lot of discussion here and there at the various temples and at the various districts, getting in preparation for this weekend. When I look back upon my own career, I spent a dozen years in the Northwest District with the Idaho-Oregon Buddhist Temple in Ontario, Oregon, and there we just had one cemetery service during the Memorial Day weekend, but we went to all the cemeteries in the area during the Obon season. So that was a major thing. Over 3 days, we went to about 15 different cemeteries and covered 700 miles. And so it was a huge endeavor trying to get to these different cemeteries, and families would gather with us along the way. Sometimes there would be no one there. And myself and the senior members who showed me the ways to each of the temples, we would gather at the different headstones, and they'll tell me about the stories of the families who settled in this area and that area, and later on I was able to get there, initially wondering how am I going to find all these cemeteries when they can't come with me any longer. And later, the last few years, Charmin would go with me, and it would be so hot in the summertime, and we'd have our Shindan Shonin hats and umbrellas and trying to stay shaded, but chanting there. And sometimes it might be just the two of us, as the families had no longer been in the area. And so, but nonetheless, still very touching to read the names, coming to return to the names, and to see what kind of communities were there. Japanese American settlers who had come to that area. We would look at all the different headstones and look at how young some of these people were who had come from Japan and settled. And maybe there were a good number from 100 years ago, and now, looking back now, as we have this pandemic here surrounding us, we look a bit back to 100 years ago when they suffered through a similar but distinct pandemic at that time. And maybe so many of our early members and pioneers were struck with the devastation, losing people in their families, people so young, headstones lining the cemeteries, 1918, 1919, and maybe they had gotten ill from their virus that was circulating in those times. So we think about those types of things and how we have been affected in our own families, in our communities, and around the temples that we grew up as being a part of. I remember another story when early times when I had just met Charmin, and she would tell me about her trip to Japan, going with her uncle, taking kind of supervising her uncle as he went about trying to visit family, going to places. He lived there so long ago when he was single-digit age, and then pretty much grew up in the United States, but going back there, he wanted to experience that, going to Ohaka Mairi cemetery visitation with the family and trying to remember. And in his memory, it was so far up the hill, a huge, long hike up the hill, and it was just a little bit farther along. He was 3 years old when he was there. And so after, he thought, oh, it couldn't be this close when they got there. They must have moved the cemetery. And Charmin had to help him remember that he was only 3 with little 3-year-old legs, and it must have been so far and such a huge mountain to climb to get up there when he was 3 years old. And now as a senior elder going there again, it seemed like not nearly so far. How could it possibly be this close? And so no, the family didn't move the cemetery site. He was just bigger than he was at 3 years old. And so thinking about these types of reflections, we connect and we remember appreciating our connections. Certainly in Japan, there are generations upon generations. Here we have 3, 4, 5, and that's it. And in comparison, it's not nearly the length of time that you can appreciate and observe and feel in your heart and mind when you go to the family plots there in Japan. And not only family connections, but I think it's in our Jodo Shinchu tradition, as we recite the Nembutsu, we are connecting to this infinity. Amida is this infinite wisdom and compassion that surrounds us at all times. And the family is kind of a gateway, a recognizable aspect of this infinity. So from the family, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, we are able to kind of get a sense of all these connections that allow me to be here today, allow me to be on this team, go to that school, get this job, make this promotion, find this person to marry, have my own family, and things of this nature, that we become part of this greater whole. And it's not just family, but whatever it is, from the air we breathe, the food we eat, we think about all the interconnectedness from each meal. When we say itadakimasu, thinking about the connections that brought this cereal into my bowl, this hamburger from McDonald's, all the ranchers and farmers and truck drivers and store managers and workers and checkers, and we get to the store in our cars, and all this infinite connection. Every single thing we do is infinitely connected to this universe, beyond this universe. And this is Amida, surrounding us, supporting us, sustaining us. And these little gateways, family, food, the temple, are gateways to open ourselves to more and more and more. And as we say the Nembutsu, we become grounded in this net of interdependency. The stories like Indra's net, such a beautiful story of telling us how each node of the net shines brilliantly, reflecting the light from all the other jewels in the net. And so we are one of those jewels. All these family members are one of those jewels. All those truck drivers and farmers are one of those jewels, shining their light on me, shining Amida's light on me. And so this connection with the Nembutsu is this connection with reality, with Amida. And so I think we get a sense of that when we read this Wasan. I'll read it again, and with this we can conclude this service. So please again, join me in Gassho. The liberating wheel of light is without bound. Each person it touches, it is taught, is freed from attachments to being and non-being. So take refuge in Amida, the enlightenment of non-discrimination. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandao, Namandao, Namandao. Thank you again for joining us for this Memorial Day weekend service. I hope you can consider your own connections to family and friends, those who have gone before us, those who are here supporting us, helping us to live our lives today. All these interconnections that we appreciate and we recognize each time that we recite the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu. So in your homes, please come up and offer incense or flower petals or rock pebbles, whatever you do at your homes. Please come up and gassho and mindfully and respectfully recite the Nembutsu. Thank you very much. Namanda.